Sound test mic. What's up, guys? Learning with Rich here. In this video, I'm going to start a new series of Revit Mep exercise. The first topic that we're going to do is we're going to create a mechanical system. Okay, so as you can see, I keep doing videos for MEP, especially this is especially for starters. Okay, so that you will be able to be familiarized on how the MEP works when you go to the real world. Okay, so the first topic that we are going to talk about is mechanical systems. Okay, so in this tutorial, so we are going to design a mechanical system for an office building. So it's the same building that we are working on, but this time a different part of the building. So this system consists of a cooling tower, water heat pump, duct system, and a hydronic piping system. So as we create the mechanical system, so I'm gonna show you series of lessons and exercises that will teach you some of the recommended system design workflow for the Revit MEP. Okay, so let's get started. So the first topic that we are going to talk about is spaces. Okay, so what is space? So spaces allows you to calculate the volume of the areas in the building. Okay, so they contain information about the locations in which they are placed. So this information is used for heating and cooling loads analysis if you want to use Revit heating and cooling loads analysis feature. So in this exercise, so what we're going to do first is we're going to prepare a floor plan so that you can place spaces in later exercises. Okay, so because most MEP engineers work with a link model during the system design, so you first configure the link architectural model and then you create a plenum level. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create that one. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to open the exercise file. So this is actually the exercise file that we will be using. Again, if you want to have this exercise file, so you just need to comment on the comment section below of this video. Just put your email address. Okay, so as you can see, right after we open our file, it opens on elevation west dash MEP, right? And as you can see from the project browser, so before there is already a link here, but for some reason, so maybe the location of the link model have changed, it didn't appear. Okay, so if I will be going back, or I'm gonna open, let's say, level 2 floor plan, this one. As you can see, it's empty, right? So we don't have the link here. So in case you encounter this one in your project, so this happens when you have a link model location changes. Okay, so let's say for example you save this to one folder and then the link model have transferred to another folder. This happens. So what you do is, for you to be able to reload the architectural link model, the first thing you do is you just right click this and then you select reload. Okay, so just click reload, and then if you encounter this one, so as you can see, this folder or this exercise file, the arch link model.rvt, is not found to this folder. So what you do, okay, the next solution, if that one didn't work, just right click the link again and then this time you select reload from, so that you will be able to locate the architectural model. So in my case, this is the one. I already saved it to another folder. So this is the architectural model that we are looking for. Okay, so just look for that folder where you save that link model. So after that, just select open so that you'll be able to see now your project. Okay, the architectural project. So this is now your architectural model. Okay, so the most common method of designing systems in Revit MEP is to work within a link architectural building model. Okay, so you need to get the architectural model from the architect side and then you link that to your MEP project. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to add a plenum level. So you create plenum levels so that you can place spaces in the unoccupied plenum areas. This is usually between the ceiling and the floor above of the building. So you must place spaces in all areas, occupied and unoccupied, of the building to create an accurate analytical model and achieve an accurate heating and cooling loads analysis. Again, if you're going to use that feature in Revit. Okay, so now for us to add a plenum level, I'm going to open the elevation view, the west-MEP, and this is now the elevation. So as you can see here, I already created the levels for my MEP, right? So there's the levels for the MEP. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another level for my plenum. Okay, so to do that, so from the architecture tab, datum panel, you can see the level there, or you can also type LL. Okay, so just click that, and then from here, okay, just make sure make plan view is selected so that you will be automatically creating the floor plan after you create the level. Okay, so just check that one, and then from the plan view types, just make sure floor plan is selected. Now in creating level, just select OK. You have two options. So it's either you create a line or pick lines. Okay, so for this exercise, I'll be using line, and then I'm going to specify here an offset distance. So the offset distance is, let's say I'm going to use 8 feet. So I'm going to type 8, enter. I just need to type 8 and then enter because I know that the current unit of this project is in feet. Okay, so feet and inches. Right? If you want to check that, you can go to the manage, you can go to the project units, and then you will see here that the distance is in feet, right? There you go. So if you type a number, and then you press enter, Revit will read it as feet. So if you type 5 and then enter, so Revit will read it as 5 feet. So if you type 5 space 2, so Revit will read it as 5 feet 2 inches. Alright, so that's how it works. Anyway, I'll just select cancel, cancel. So I'm still on the level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the endpoint of my level 2 here. I'm going to pick this one, and then you will see there's the offset distance of 8 feet. So if you're going to press space bar, so it will go to the other side, okay, which is what we do not need. So we need that to be above the level 2 because that is the height of the plenum level. So I'm going to place it here. There you go, and then click, and then just select modify, and then let's change the name of this. So I'll just change that one. So instead of level 4, I'll type level 2 plenum, enter. Okay, so when Revit asks you to rename the corresponding level and views, just click yes if ever you encounter that dialog box. So this will happen every time you create a new level. But in my case, I already terminated that dialog box. And now, if you will notice, after you create that level from the project browser, you can see here a question mark. Okay, so if you expand that, that is actually the level that you have created. That's the floor plan of that particular level. The reason why there's a question mark here is that because the view classification and then the subdiscipline of your level 2 plenum here is not identified or is not yet assigned. That's why there is a question mark. So that's why if I'm gonna click the level 2 plenum, and then you look at the properties, you can see the subdiscipline here is empty. That's the reason why the subdiscipline here is question mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that. So instead of question mark, I'm going to select the subdiscipline as MEP plenum. Okay, or you can just simply type any subdiscipline that you want. So you can type here. Okay, and then after that you apply. So you will now see that it's now under the MEP plenum. Now there's still a question mark here because you haven't specified the view classification. Okay, so I'm going to click the view classification drop down here, and then I want that to be under the design. Again, if you want to type other view classification, you may do so. Alright, so in my case, I'll just select design and then apply, and there you go. So it's now under the design, and then the subdiscipline is MEP plenum. So how did I know that this is a view classification and then this is a subdiscipline? Okay, it's because if you're going to right click the views discipline here, and then if you go to browser organization, you can see that the current setting is discipline. If you select edit and then you go to grouping and sorting, so this is what you will see. As you can see, the filter is based on view classification, which is that one, and then subdiscipline, which is this one, subdiscipline, 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 and then followed by family and type. That's why you have this family and type and then the name. All right. Okay, so that's how I know it. And also, I'm just going to cancel this one. Cancel. Okay. If I'm going to select the manage here, and then from the settings panel and project parameters, as you can see, your subdiscipline here and view classification, they are just created project parameter. They are not hard coded in Revit parameter. So meaning this is a customized project parameters. Okay, so if I'm going to select subdiscipline and then show you modify, you will see here the settings of the subdiscipline. So it is a project parameter, so that's the name, common discipline, and then the type of parameter is text. That's why you can just simply type any subdiscipline that you want, and then it is grouped under the graphics. And if you're gonna move the slider down, you will notice that it's under the views. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna cancel this, cancel, click outside. So this is a view properties. You can see under the graphics. Where's my graphics? There's the graphics. So you can see there your subdiscipline, right? So same with view classification. So it's also under the graphics, and then you can see that to the view properties. Remember, view properties is the property of the current view. If you do not select any objects, any elements, any commands, the properties will show you the view properties. So if we check the view classification as well, we go to project parameters, view classification, modify, you can see that it's also a text wherein you can just simply type any view classification that you want. And it's under the graphics and it's also under the views. Okay, because by default, subdiscipline and view classification is not part of the project. Okay, it's not part of the project. It's just a created project parameter. So if ever you notice that your template doesn't have the subdiscipline, so you just need to create it. So you just need to select project parameters. You just add one, and then project parameter, you put the name here, common discipline, and then for this one you just select text, and then you can group it by, let's say, graphics, instance. Okay, and then you just select here the views, that one. Okay, and then just select OK. So that's how you create those project parameters. All right, now the next thing that I'm gonna do is after I create my plenum, so I'm going to, let's say, go to the default view template. So there's a default view template here. This one, click that view template, and then I'm going to look for, okay, so there's no template here for our plenum. Okay, so let's see, do we have plenum template? So there's no. How about I select all and then look for plenum? Okay, so there's the plenum template, so I'm going to select plenum template. So that will gonna be the template that will be assigned to my level 2. Okay, so let me just cancel this and then open the level 2. Where is that? Level 2 plenum. Just double click that. And then I'm going to apply a template here. So I select none and then look for plenum plan. So this is the settings of your plenum plan. And then for the view range, okay, I'm gonna modify the view range here. If you want to know about the view range, I also have a topic for that. So I'm gonna put that one in this video. Okay, I'm gonna add that. So I'm going to select edit, and then from the view range, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select here. So this one will gonna be level above. So I'm on level 2, so the top is level above, and then the cat plane is 1 foot. Okay, and then the view depth is 0, view depth is 0. Okay, I'll just use this one, this default settings. I'll just select OK, and then after that I'm gonna select OK. Okay, there you go. So there's now the settings of my template. Now the next thing that you need to do is every time you use a link model, you select the link model, and then you go to edit type, and then make sure room bounding here is checked. Okay, so that is what you do every time you link a architectural model to your project. Okay, so don't forget to do that so that the architectural components will be recognized as boundaries for spaces. So that's the importance of the room bounding. Okay, so just select apply and then OK. There you go. So we just created now our plenum. Now, okay, so do we have the template already? So there's already the template applied. Okay, so that's good. Right. Okay, so there you go. So we just set up our project template or our project architectural model for placing the spaces. So we have already created the plenum space for that. On our next video, we are going to talk about placing spaces. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.